Well, here we are in the front room. Thank you all for coming out tonight, braving the rain, and coming to our little front room here. I'm sure a couple of things here look very familiar to you. Don't be embarrassed, don't be ashamed, you know. Or there may be still things that you have in this front room. My name is Michael McMillan, and this is the installation we've created. I'd like to thank the Albany Lewisham Art Service for giving us the opportunity to create this installation as part of Black History Month. This is our last performance tonight. And tonight we're going to be sharing with you some songs, sketches and stories from growing up in the Caribbean. School days, Sunday school, the marketplace, the birds and the bees, then coming over to England on that big ship, arriving here with suitcases, clothes that weren't suitable for the cold weather, finding in the workplace the same coldness as the outside, trying to find places to live, yeah, and of course the children that they then had who weren't allowed into the front room. Because if all of you remember the front room, sometimes you weren't allowed into this room unless there were guests, and unless there were visitors, or unless it was a prayer meeting. I should mention, some people have been asking me in the brochures, why haven't they got the paraffin heater in here? But then, of course, you wouldn't necessarily have such a poisonous thing in the paraffin heater, and there are too many stories of people burning themselves or setting their house on fire with the paraffin heater. So that's why we haven't really got it in here tonight. The songs and sketches and the stories are going to be told to you by a lovely group of ladies called the Sunshine Grannies, and including a very well-known Calypsonian. And then also we'll be having some stories from Mr. Desmond Clark. Now before we open, and before I ask you to kind of make some noise and lick wood, need I remind you that this is a front room. As you can see, the carpet clean, everything clean. And how you found it is how you're going to leave it, please. So at the end, the doors will be shut, and we'll go around and we'll clean up everything inside here to make sure the front room is clean. We've got some duster up here, some Mr. Sheen, and we can do some spraying, you know, get into some kind of cleaning if people want to. So, without much ado, I'd like you to put your hands together for the Sunshine Grannies.
When I was a little girl going to Sunday school, my mother made me a white organdy dress. And as soon as the church is over, mother dragged me outside, pointing her finger in my face. Girl, you better go home and take out that dress. And don't make Barbar dry it. Because you want it to wear to church next week and the other Sunday and the thorough Sunday.
I love Sunday because on Sunday I would go to Sunday school. And after Sunday school, I go to my grandmother's house, and I'd have rice and peas and chicken, wash it down with carrot juice. And later on, I would go home and have the same thing again. Le, 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 le. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I pray. My homeland, the land of my dreams, where the sun always shining and so many trees. People are free to go where they please, and the land as well as in the sea. Monday morning, my free days are over. That's the day when my mother take me to school. She gave me one slate and one pencil. And she warned me as she speak in patois. Girl, you see this slate and this pencil? It's the beginning of your education. Make it last. If you ever broke up this slate, you won't be getting any more. You hear me? You hear me, girl? I had to protect my only slate. And when the pencil finished, I break off a little bit of the slate and picked it up to use as pencil to write with. At school, the teacher put me to sit under the shady tree for lessons. It was painful, sitting on the hard clay earth. Sometimes I lean myself sideways just to ease the pain in my bottom. Teacher shout at me, Daisy Clark, put your hands on your knees and sit up straight, or you will get the cane. The ad fly on my nose, moving up and down my face. I could not move a muscle. Standing in the corner is the cane staring at me. The woman frightened me. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I pray. You're not going to Sunday school? A little bit of oil in my lamp, keep it burning. A little bit of oil in my lamp, I pray. A little more oil in my lamp, keep it burning. Keep it burning till the break of day. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King. We have to go to school now, you know.
Good morning, children.
Good morning, Miss Horton.
You all had a nice weekend?
Yes, Miss Horton.
This morning is inspection. Your hands straight out, palms facing the ground. Daisy Clark, hands out. I'm not very happy at all this morning. Well, who is going to say the pledge this morning? Could you start off the pledge?
I pledge my head for greater thinking,
My heart for greater loyalty.
My hands to do better things.
and my health for better living, for my queen, my community, and my country.
I have told you all time and time again, when you said for my queen, keep your hands straight down on your side. Again,
For my queen, my community, and my country.
very good. Our first lesson this morning is maths, counting from 1 to 20. Could you, any one of you start?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
It's not a dancing
20.
school. This is not a dancing school. Start again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1 and 20, 2 and 20, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 20, 27, 28, 29, 30.
Very good. Our second lesson is geography. Get your geography books out. Geography books out. Margaret Ramsbottom.
Yes, Miss Autumn.
Where is your geography book?
I've got one, Miss Autumn.
Now, would you like to share with Margaret your book?
I'm not allowed.
My mother said I must let no people
Daisy.
know.
Now, Margaret Ramsbottom. No one wants to share their books with you. You see how they make them style on you?
Yes, Miss Autumn.
Now, what have you got to say for yourself? Listen to me. Let me tell you this. Time and time I have been telling you, education is the most important thing in your life. And without a geography book, you would know nothing about the world. Nothing at all.
Miss Autumn. My mother said, the cows and the goats not giving any milk, the hens not giving any eggs. Still haven't got anything to sell to buy me a geography book.
Well, Margaret, let me tell you something. I will give you this message to give your mother. Tell your mother that I say Miss Horton say. The next time you come out your geography book, you will be out of the class.
Yes,
You will be
Miss
sent
Autumn.
home. All right?
But Miss Autumn, I haven't got a
Now,
geography book.
listen to me. Listen. Do not interrupt me. Where you think?
Miss Autumn, I haven't got a geography book, but I know that the Windrush leave Jamaica in 1948 with a whole heap of people to go to England for seek a better life.
Where did you get that from? Did you copy from Daisy Clark?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Well, let me tell you something. Now, where you think I will be without my geography book, my PhD, my CAT, and my DOG? Do you think I will be here to teach you about geography? Now, what have you got to say for yourself? Did you give your mother the message I gave to you? Tell me what?
Miss Sultan, my mother did give me another message to give you.
Another message. I hope it is good this time.
My mother said, John Brown down the road never got a geography book. He couldn't even read, and he got married. Mary Jane up there, she never got any, and she got married. And with all the RAT, CAT, DOG, and all the degree you have, you never get married. That man never said.
Class dismissed.
Ring of roses, a pocket full of cozies, tissue, a tissue, we all fall down. There's a brown girl in the ring, tra-la-la-la-la. There's a brown girl in the ring, tra-la-la-la-la. The brown girl in the ring, tra-la-la-la-la. For she loves sugar and I love rum. Then you show me emotion, tra-la-la-la-la. Then you show me emotion, tra-la-la-la-la. Show me emotion, tra-la-la-la-la. For she likes sugar and I like rum.
Children, it's time to go home. Off to school grounds, please.
Now the day is over, night is drawing nigh. Shadows of the evening steals across the sky. Jesus gave the weary calm and sweet repose. Wait thy tenderness blessing, make my eyelids close. Amen. Goodbye, Miss Horton.
Goodbye, children, and don't forget proper uniforms tomorrow.
Yes, Miss Horton. Good night, Miss Horton.
This is my island in the sun, where my people have strived since time begun. Though I may sail on many a seas, the shore will always bring forth to me. Oh, island in the sun, whilst to me by my father's hand. All my days I was singing of all the forest, water, the shining sun. I saw a woman on bended knees, cutting cane for her families. I saw a man at the waterside, casting nets at the certain tide. Oh, island in the sun, whilst to me by my father's hand. All my days I was singing of all your ports, water, the shining sun. As morning breaks and heaven on high, I lift my heavy load up to the sky. Sun comes down with the burning glow, mingle my sweat with the earth below. Oh, island in the sun, whilst to me by my father's hand. All my days I was singing, all your forest, water, the shining sun. I pray the day may never come when I can't awake to the sound of drums. Never let me miss the carnival with calypso song philosophical. Oh, island in the sun, whilst you be by my father's land. All my days I will sing of all your forest, of the shining sun. In the sun.
You like the fish?
No,
I
that
do
looks
like
stale.
the fish.
No, them fish are stale.
Yuck, steel now look so wonderful.
No, the picture at all.
Naturally, I didn't listen to the master.
This is some yam over this.
How can I yam that is?
Excuse me, have any Afro yam? Any yellow yam?
They don't know what name, so they might English come.
What about them? Hey, leader, how much for the planting?
Not selling it, my dear.
What about the ackee?
No, it's for good customers I got, you know. Very good
The
customers.
cane selling now? You selling the cane? You're not selling the cane?
No, I got
So
a
what-
very good customer. She coming to everything in there is for her today.
So what you selling then? You're not selling
The
anything?
things in it is for Mrs. Brown today.
Hey, leader, what about the mango?
You said she not sell nothing. You did?
We leave her with her
Don't make
stuff.
it come
We
to
leave her with her stuff.
Good morning, Mary Jane. What, Mrs. Brown, why you won't come out in the morning? Eh? You know, long I could sell off all these things and you just come in.
Oh.
What's wrong with you?
Have you got any pumpkin there?
Eh?
Pumpkin.
But you don't see me now have no pumpkin. You see any pumpkin inside here?
No, I want some pumpkin this morning.
So you don't want any of those?
No, just pumpkin.
You know something? Is it last time I go and save my things to you because I would have sell them off for money?
Good morning, Mary Jane.
What then, Miss Brown? Let me ask you one question. You bring out me with you for one little piece of pumpkin? Why when you got money, you can show off me?
Did you say you want?
No, we wasn't buying.
You don't say you say we want.
We don't want them to buy.
No, this is where the old
Just eat the things them love. We don't want nothing to buy.
Told me.
Darling, still market, not at what you will sell. Darling, still market, not at what you will sell. Lord, not a eye, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Lord, not a eye, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Everybody go feel up, not at what we will sell. Everybody come feel up, not at what we will sell. Lord, not a night, not a night, what a Saturday night. Lord, what a night, not a night, what a Saturday night.
The birds and the bees. Well, I never see nothing until I was 16. And when it did come, I said, thank God I'm normal. Anyway, I run to my grandmother. And she said, well, now you're a young lady. Never let a boy kiss you on the lips. So, I went off. Boyfriend here, boyfriend there. A couple of months, stop. I run back to her, I said, Grandma, it come and it stop. Aren't you glad for me? Nothing again, it stopped. She said, Lord Jesus, girl, you're pregnant.
All right.
I said, you never kissed me on the lips, Grandma.
Well, my story is different. My mother was so strict. She never tell me anything about the birds and bees. But one day, the government back home in Trinidad always turn off the water at a certain time. So I had to go for water that morning. Going up the hill, saw my friends under a large mango tree picking mangoes, so I decided to join them. Sit down with them, peel my mango, and was eating it with pepper and salt. Suddenly, something strangely happened. So, I said, no, can it be? I felt my dress wet, and as I looked around, that was trouble. I was so scared. I could not go home to my mom. So I went to this old lady who used to look after us, and I explained to her what happened. She made me tidy myself at her house, and then she took me home to my mother. She called my mother, explained my mother what happened. My mother took me inside, and she put me to sit down, and she gave me a whole lecture about boys. That time, I was getting very angry. Anyway, she went in the kitchen, she boiled up some bush and things, and she gave me to drink. When she came back out, you hear what she told me? She said, do not talk to boys. I said, all right. But 10 years after, I was pregnant.
Those country women, the bush midwives, when women are having their babies, the castor oil get thicker and longer, and the hot water get hotter, as I'm going to demonstrate to you now. What sweet nanny goat, I go run their belly. And you should have know your bottom stay before you swallow the abe seed. And stop the groaning. Come round here, come give me the hot oil. Open your mouth. Show the oil in. You get the hot water. Daddy hot in. Clap it round here, sir. Clap it round here, sir. Give me more oil. Rub it. Put the whole bottle right down in our throat now. Well, push. That oil will get it down. Push. Oh, it's sure the hard. It's a mango. That will teach you never go on that mango tree. Brown skin girl, stay home and mind your baby.
Brown skin girl, stay home and mind the baby. Mama gonna see in a sailing boat, and if we won't come back, stay home and mind the baby.
I'm glad I reached my motherland, England. The way the plane shaped me up, me never know my 2 foot would have touched the earth. And the baby food what them little skinny girl give me on the plane would have sick a dog stomach. Anyway, I'm glad I reached. When I stepped down out of the plane in my 3-piece suit and my jippy hat, me can them burn me, and me 2 foot them cry for joy, like me never pay for them yet. So, it's where all the big jobs and the living quarters you promise I when I come here. Me have to walk and walk till my 2 foot them nearly rotten off to find a job. When I try to talk to them, they say they don't understand me. Me speak too fast. I must slow down. Like say them they put traffic jam in my mouth. Why I rent a little piece of room, you know, with sink in it. The landlady says she not got no bathroom, so we can't use the sink to bathe in. Blouse and skirt. Look, I have to travel all the way from Jamaica come here to come bathe in a sink. Papa Jesus, me sorry, me take the room. They rat them, mad to kiss me. They scratch off every hair off underneath me arm and me am off my foot bottom. Me have to make me drawers out of iron to protect myself. Me call the man from the council to come and see about the rat. Yeah, what he said, madam, do you know where the rat is coming from? Me say, what you want to say? And me bring the rat them from Jamaica, come here. Everything, them blame immigrants. Let me just go and go make me banana porridge, yeah?
Well, I arrived here in the cold January month of 1964. And when I stepped off the plane, there was no one to meet me. So I made my way on the bus to Victoria. When I stepped outside, I thought, this is magic. Everybody in England smoke without smoking a cigarette because smoke was coming from everybody's mouth. Anyway, on the journey home, I saw all these chimneys and all this smoke coming out. So I said, England have only a factory in? And they said, oh, those are not factories, those are houses. Anyway, I arrived at my destination, hoping that I would be getting all the hugs and kisses. Instead, when I stepped in, I saw a stranger who I wasn't very familiar with. And instead of getting hugs and kisses, this person approached me, heavily pregnant. Turn around, girl, make me see you. Your hair tall, but the frost and the cold soon cut it off. Is now you coming? I got one here so, and you make 3. When me I go feed them away? I was taken into a room and I saw loads of square towels. I say, I got what if a towel? No, those are not towels, those are nappies. And here is a willy penny. You put it in this thing here to get hot water, and this is your job to wash these nappies. I said, but I don't have any babies. I said, yeah? Well, this is your job from now on. And you see this buckle here? This is Ribena. Pour a little in that and put some water and give it to him. But don't drink none. What do you mean don't drink none? No, it's not for you. So I thought, well, so what am I going to think? Doing all this work and none of this Ribena for me. And I work. And I was told, you better work because your meat can't eat. Well, I didn't feel very homely. I wanted was to go back straight home. If I had wings, I would have flown straight back home. Anyway, I decided here I am, so I will put up with whatever is there until something else works out. After 2 whole months of washing and cooking and cleaning, I finally went to school. And I thought at home was hard. That was where the real problem began. because I was never used to so much cold. At break time, they said, you have to get out of the classroom and out in the playground. Cold, I was so cold, I couldn't feel my fingers, I couldn't feel my toes. I couldn't feel anything. I said, but I am not used to this. I was shaking like a rattlesnake. All I was going, ooh. Oh, I couldn't wait to get back inside in the warmth. But as time went by, I find that I sort of make do and put up with things, hoping for the summer to come and for the sun to come out. Anyway, after more tedious task, I did my best. But the more I did, boy, the work just get harder and harder. And the more I said something, is the more I was told, girl, do the work, because you think I sent for you for your pretty look? You me can't eat, so you have to do the work.
Coming to England is the continuation of a journey that has started many, many centuries ago. Africans have been crossing the Atlantic for thousands of years before Columbus made this big mistake. I arrived there from Jamaica during the winter of 1967. Many had already migrated from the Caribbean, so I didn't experience the severe hardships that they had to endure. So, in any case, I loved the beauty and the vibrant culture of Jamaica so much that it took me a long time to leave. And it was one of the toughest decisions that I had to make. But the opportunity to earn while I learned in London was too good to miss. Plus, my grandmother always said, if you want good, your nose have to run. So, I make up my mind, contact a few airlines, and not before time, London, Simia. It was a damp, gray November morning. I made my way from Heathrow Airport and saw a massive amount of concrete and bricks with no real animal and plant life. It was then I realized I would be missing one of my greatest teachers, Mother Nature. The sun made an appearance that afternoon, but I couldn't feel it. I could only see it. I was taken to Lewisham Market that afternoon, and that made me felt a little bit more at home, because the vibrant street market and that banter sounds very much like your typical Jamaican market street. Then I traveled around and was pleasantly surprised by the beauty of the landscape just around and outside of London. I arrived on a Thursday and I started to work the following Monday. My first job was a bit challenging because I've never done anything like it on such a large scale before. I did lift 1 and 2 skirts before. But in this job, I was lifting skirts all day at this skirt factory that I worked as a person. I met a lot of British people and realized that they were asked to accommodate us without preparation, even though they had not been properly prepared. In sunny Jamaica, where we have no use for coal, teachers spend a lot of time teaching us about coal-producing areas of Great Britain, and the Union Jack is the national flag of the British Empire. While in England, people had been getting sugar, rum, banana, spices, but didn't know where they were coming from or who were producing them. Can you imagine? For over 200 years, millions of black people have been supplying England with free labor to make her striking rich. Many of us fought to defend England in 2 world wars. We were told England is the mother country, yet the masses did not know that black people existed, or we were making such a valid contribution to their survival. Why didn't they know this? In 1722, Lord Chief Justice Mansfield declared that slavery is not allowed or approved by the law of England. This judgment was not about the black people in the Caribbean. It was about one black man who lived in England at the time. He was one of some 10,000 black people who lived in England in 1722. We know all about the English. But what do they know about us? That is why I am convinced that racism is largely due to ignorance. I learned from my Jamaican upbringing how to deal with racist behavior. Because, as the saying goes, where intelligence fails, ignorance will prevail. And whenever anyone tried to offend me, I remember my grandmother. She said, "Ashes cool, thou sleeping." I'm not going to allow anyone to turn me into cool ashes. Another one of our favorites is, the higher the monkey climb, the more it reveals. And it seems a lot of white people think that black people are fools as a whole. And if you're not wearing a smartly cut British suit, you're an even bigger fool. So when I turn up somewhere in my khaki trousers and thing, straight away I'm given a label. No prize for guessing what that label is. However, sometimes it turns out that the label don't correctly fit. And that is when a lot of damage limitation work has to be performed. Very often, it worked to my advantage because I sometimes succeed where I would have otherwise failed. My grandmother said, you have to play a fool to catch wise. But people are always people. And I've met some really, genuinely kind white people, and they can be very helpful. Finding somewhere to coach and finding a job in England is one thing, but to find somewhere that you could call your home was a massive mountain to climb. Here, again, my grandmother's words keep ringing in my ears. Find somewhere to push your head before you find somewhere to push your, what's it? I went to a bank to ask for a loan, but they refused me. But we black people, we have a great piece of tool in our kit. It is called the partner hand. It is a partner hand that got me standing on my 2 feet. And you know what the grandmother said? One hand wash the other. The partner is something that we must develop and pass it on to the youngsters so they can understand the usefulness as well. We mustn't discard it because my grandmother said, if you don't climb hill, not dash where you take. Now, the greatest challenge we face now is to provide our children with a true sense of who they are, where they're coming from, what they're capable of doing, and where they should be going. Thank you.
I used to have plenty laughter, when I was smaller with my little brother. Plenty laughter, when I was smaller with my little brother. He was so amazing, anywhere he goes, people always laughing. One day, he nearly killed me dead when my mother gave him a dog to buy some bird. He came back crying, mother, mother, you know I met up with a disaster. With the shilling, my mother shout, I fall on a stone and chop and fly out. This is one thing from my attention. We were in school taking the examination. The teacher said, give me an hearing. Who know what the meaning of a kiss, kindly tell me. Some say it cause affection, while others say it's love indication. According to the question, give my brother gave me definition. Teacher, he led, got a big class and don't say everything that they call kisses. Been shopping uptown and downtown business. Well, one day while he's coming, the father asked him what is mathematics. I frightened when I hear him said, Daddy, Jesus killing old men today. My father growled with such to us at my brother who was brother. what you just think. And she, I know, is closely related to ink. But when the baby born, it was white as snow. The reason for that, I wanted to know. Her mom told me it was down that way. The girl was drinking milk and margarine every day. Anything, I ain't pain. Put me in jail, what did I ain't pain. Coming to my child, well, you got to know that child was not born. She made the girl so.
A little bit of oil in your lamp, keep it burning. A little more oil in my lamp, I pray. A little more oil in my lamp, keep it burning. Keep it burning till the break of day. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King.
Now we are going to sing from this book, number 21. And it's holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Why aren't you singing? Come, maybe she don't understand. Go we sing again. Holy, holy, holy. Sister Dulcie, why aren't you singing? And you have such a lovely voice. Explain to the audience. Don't look at me, yeah, tell them.
Listen, everybody. I went to the market, buy my material, and make my petticoat. Show it to the sisters in here. What they do? Take it, make song and dance. It's holy, holy.
Well, Sister Dulcie, we have to see the petticoat and you be the judge. Show them the petticoat.
Look at it, how it's pretty. Look at my pretty, pretty petticoat.
That look like Ratakoti?
Okay. Well, let me tell you something. My petticoat may be holy, holy, but it's clean.
Sister Dulcie, we don't mean your petticoat is holy, holy. It's a song, a hymn.
You said holy,
Holy,
holy.
holy. Your slip, we want to say, your slip is righteous, not holes in your slip.
So my petticoat righteous.
That's
Yes.
right, it's righteous.
Righteous.
The Holy Ghost power is moving just like a magnet.
Yes.
The Holy Ghost power is moving just like a magnet. It's moving here, it's moving there, just like the day of Pentecost. The Holy Ghost power is moving just like a magnet.
Michael rolled the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rolled the boat ashore. Hallelujah. The river is deep and the river is wide. Hallelujah. The river is deep and the river is wide. Hallelujah. Milk and honey on the other side. Hallelujah. Milk and honey on the other side. Hallelujah. Oh my gosh. What am I going to do? Coming to England was one of the looking for a place to live. Just can't find it. My poor legs are so tired. I'm so hungry. Oh my God, what I'm going to do now? Let me see. What a journey. I'm so cold. Can you really see one woman over there, Queen Arvinda?
Let me go look if she have any place to rent. Hello? Get your black hands off me before I wet you up with this water. Have mercy, what an idea. What shall I do now? Let me try again, see if I can get a place where I can rent or something.
How long I waited for this?
God, mercy.
How long you waited?
So hard to get somewhere to live. My foot them tired. Ugh. Hello? You here long?
Long time.
What are you waiting for then?
The 21.
21 who?
Yes, the 21 bus.
Oh. This one off there?
Well, yes.
You waiting long there? Hello?
Excuse me?
Are you waiting long?
Yes, half an hour now.
What way? It's not that we could drive for the other live up the hill.
Excuse me, who you calling dry foot? You ask me a question, I give you an
So
answer.
me never know how the girl will live up the hill.
Eh,
So
well, look at you.
How long you over here now, Missy?
5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
So why don't you go back to your country?
Listen to me. You just come here. I here 5 years, and you telling me to go back. Why don't you go back?
Me first ask the question. Anyway, me not have no time to quarrel. You know, me can get a room to rent.
Well, I was coming from work this evening, and I saw a notice somewhere around here. Would you like the direction?
Yes.
Would you like the direction?
Yes.
Come, let me show you. You go straight, then you turn right, and then you turn left again, and then right. Somewhere down there, there's a house marked rooms to rent. Try down there.
Where do you want to tell me to go? You said turn right, turn left. Well, left, turn right, and turn left, and round this home. And maybe she not here, maybe Belgrade, but what do you want?
You're getting
What
wrong
you want? Can I
direction.
help you?
Well, we see it on the board that you have somewhere to rent.
Stanley? Stanley! Come down here. There's a black woman at the door looking for room. You still here?
Yes.
Can't you read?
Yes, me did read the large part, but the little small one I couldn't understand it really.
Well, the notice said, no Irish, no dogs, no children, and certainly no blacks.
When you must want to see, I tell you two Jamaican bad. Nobody know the trouble I'm in. Nobody know my sorrow. Nobody know the trouble I'm in. Glory, hallelujah. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. Oh, my Lord. Sometimes I feel
Hello, dear.
like run away.
Why are you so sad?
Oh, my Lord.
Why are you so
Can't
sad?
find nowhere to live. Oh, I don't know where I can get a room. My legs, I'm so tired. I'm
Well,
hungry.
It's your lucky day, because quite a few of us live into a big house down the road here.
So you come over here long?
Yeah, not too long.
Not too long. So you did have it hard when you come here like me?
No, me dear. Me never got it at all because my sister was here. Me never walk up and down with my suitcase in my hand at all. She come meet me when me land.
Ah.
Yes. But afterward, when me I get used to the place, at that time me hard. Lord, this is because me never knew say me support. You know, she come and she meet me with a coat and a cardigan. And the day after I come, and she gone to work, leave me with my brother-in-law. Better me. Him said to me, he's going to take me to the labor exchange to get my national insurance card. I look outside, you see, sun shining out there. Me left Jamaica and sun is shining hot. I never knew it cold over here. I said to him, what should I wear, the coat or the cardigan? He said, anyone. I put on the cardigan and go outside. You're joking. When I go out there, wait for the bus few minutes. Cold, you know? Cold, man. When I reach labor exchange, you know them call it job centers now.
Yes.
I couldn't talk. I dumb. Everything the woman at the exchange said to me. She said to my brother-in-law, can she speak? Him said, of course she can talk. But you know then girl, after that, New Year's come, and one evening I look outside, snow coming down. The other morning, when I step out outside, walk to go to work, it covered my foot. My feet that was covered to the ankle. Lord have mercy, see me.
What they call it type of walking in Jamaica?
Yeah. Stone and gravel, mind yourself, probably as I come.
No, you can't give me joking.
But you know something, girl?
Yeah.
I'm still here. Although the cold done me, the snow cramped me, nearly paralyzed me, I am still here.
Good girl.
Because they said, this is the mother country, and I love my mother, so I love the country too. Yeah.
Anyway, I think my chest not feel too well. You got any rum there?
Would you like a cup of tea?
No, tea? No.
Coffee?
I'm going to English people. Sorry.
Coffee?
No. I want some rum.
But then tell me something. Me don't hear you say you're hungry. So how you feel drink from my hungry?
You don't know.
Yeah, delicious. Be the room. Surely cleaner. You know?
So what you were saying again? You were saying something.
Me say, you can hungry and drink rum. If you're hungry and drink rum, you will sick.
Let me then drink none yet. Could you pass a little bit more of them?
The woman are drunk, you know.
I know. By the time she's ready to leave.
So this place, is this at the front room where we live in?
Yes.
This one look like front room to
We
me.
don't live in the front room. This is
So we
our
need a piece of
front room.
cloth. I want a piece of cloth. This is not bad, so. This,
You see, Lord, she falls.
that's a place I never clean up.
No.
Why move your head? Let me look on you something.
You see, me and drink stop and pass. You try to feel it, Margaret, you turn around fight you.
What the fuck you are?
You see.
If I miss you, you
Look, let it be.
feel it. Feel it. Feel it now. Can't feel it. Feel it. What you feel? Plastic. Plastic.
You're not a cold country.
Fix me flowers. Don't touch.
Look here, then I want to ask around.
What's going on? What's going on? Take a shit. Look.
To watch her, you
Look out for her. Watch her. You better watch her.
This is not Jim Reeves record. I will not get these records from. But Jim Reeves, you know, we play it. We didn't have a Bible like this. We didn't have a Bible like this.
I know that one though.
You see, that's why I make enough to help people.
Yeah, I tell you.
Because you say you want somewhere to live. And we're trying to
Move,
help
on,
you.
move, man, let me get the people
And
and
you
get
come
received.
too fast with
Why is it black people? Come on, move yourself, let me demonstrate. Why is it black people always paranoid out and drink? You make everybody see. They not use it, you know. They not use it, it's in there for years. And nobody not drinking it. They parade it out. The glass, them, you look, you see how they parade out the glass, and get up every day and they polish the glass. They polish the glass, and they clean off the drink, and then parade them. Look, these drink there for a long time, you know. Nobody not touch them.
No, because we won't hear them.
But wait, she come here to visit or she come here to watch people business?
Excuse me,
Baby,
man.
I thought you was looking place to live.
Born China, is it? Born China, is it?
You want someone to live on you. See?
Me have to cross this around. Me have to cross this around. Look here. Look, no, serious now. No, would you put this in your place? No. Look, let me pause.
Exactly.
Would you have this in your place? You know, sir, every Saturday they wash the flowers, they put them back in church.
You know something?
Anyone of you remember this? The crochet. You remember how the man them used to have it in their car back, at the window, at the back of the car? The black man them, they crochet. Them front room in their car.
No wonder why she can't get a room, because she going to people's house to mind their business.
I was married here. I was married here. No, I didn't have nothing done good. Anyway, me a go and go pack.
But we
So,
don't know if we are here in the room again.
we are going to
so
go
fast
pack.
with everything.
We go and go pack.
All right. Go on and come.
Me can't go, me tired, me have to wipe the face.
But wait,
Look,
look how
Ah, see, man.
look how the woman come and dirty up my carpet. But wait, me I want she back here again, you know. She better don't come back here again.
Listen, can we come next week and can we two grand pick them?
Oh, you can come up in the body of grandchildren. They don't want her, you know. Children, grandchildren and children, they don't want her at their home.
When she come back, we take her in the kitchen.
So when she bring the grandchildren or the
All of
grandchildren,
them sit down in
we
the
put them in the
kitchen.
kitchen.
They
That's
all sit in the
right.
kitchen.
That's the best place.
I nearly lose my life in Spanish Town, through a talking parrot that runs around. I nearly lose my life in Spanish Town, through a talking parrot that was around. At a married woman house I stole a chance. The man come while we were in romance. As he rushed in, the girl rushed out. In the heat of the excitement, the parrot shout, Danny, a man inside. Search well him gone and hide. Danny, search all about. A fella went inside, the end come back out. Well, friend, and now excitement start. The girl rushed out to the parrot. She said, what's wrong with you? The parrot shout out, you know it's true. Just as the man smelled the rat, get wise by the word of his parrot. I was inside me house LM. Before he answered, the parrot shout out again. Danny, a man inside. Search well him gone and hide. Danny, search all about, for a fellow went inside the and come back out. Yes, friend. I don't know where to run in Spanish Town, so I run and hide below the bed. Decided that when I get a chance, I scramble for my shirt and get me pants. As I scramble for my clothes, my money fall. And in the heat of the excitement, the parrot shout, Danny, a man inside. Search well him gone and hide. Danny, search all about. A fella went inside, he ain't come back out. I decided to stay no more. I made a jump through the window. I fall on the ground just like a mouse, with the same feet underneath the house. Under the house is what I heard. The word from the parrot bird. And it is the second time he come and fight with your wife behind the blind. Danny, a man inside. Search well him gone and hide. Danny, search all about. A fellow went inside, he ain't come back out.
Racism. Racism is the fault of a lady by the name of Miss Understanding. She marries a man by the name of Mr. Steak, and together they produce a daughter called, I think you worked it out. Exactly, Miss Steak. Now this is how misunderstanding work. I was sent on a course by the firm that I worked for many years ago up in Warrington. This is a big international firm, so there are many other colleagues from other parts of the country in the course, but I was the only black person. And up in Warrington for that entire week, I did not see another black person. But my white colleagues treated me very well. And they took me out one night to the club. It was a massive club. Again, the only black face. So it was like this one black face in an ocean of white faces. After a few drinks, a little chat, and a little nibble, I head for the toilet. And as I walked in, there was this black object moving towards me along the same course, as though it was seeking a confrontation. So I changed course, it changed course as well. So we got closer, and it got bigger and blacker, and it's like crunch time. Then I realized I was walking towards a mirror. Well, this was an incident between my reflection and myself. But how many such incidents have been misunderstood in the past? Another incident. As I went to work at this firm, my black colleague said to me, well, it's all right here. Only thing is, see that guy? He doesn't like black people. I thought, well, that's all right. I don't like him either. So this very person who disliked black people took me up one day in a vehicle because it's a very big compound and we need to know the different areas. So he took me around, showed me around, and he gave me the interview. Where are you from, Mike? When? Originally, oh, Africa via Jamaica. Oh, I've seen documentary about Jamaica. It's so beautiful, sunny. I'd give anything to be there. So, why did you come here, Mike? I said, well, it is typical of a human race to explore. Your grandfather did it, and I'm only following in his footsteps. So he said, you know, I saw this documentary about Jamaica. People living in shacks, children running around in the nude. Is that really true? I said, of course it is. Show me a city without its ghetto. But of course, that's television. Don't always give you the true picture. It just jazz up something that I think the masses will go for. I said, those people in those shacks, that's a cold, that's a hot country. It's hardly necessary to have a house. Sometimes it rains. And you see those children running around in the nude, the black man's skin can take their food directly from the sun without having to wait for the plants to take it and go through that long process. So if we are able to do that, why should we cover up unless it is absolutely necessary? However, as time went by, this very person who supposedly did not like black people, he realized that he could ask me whatever I want to ask me, however derogatory it might sound. And so we developed a rapport. We had a good relationship that lasted for the 14 years that I worked with the firm. And things went very well. So the moral of the story is, don't always take things for face value. It's worth really investigating to find the truth. Because my grandmother said, take time, my chance, you find him belly. Me gone.
I'm back on again. You've had a kind of flavor, a taste of the experience of the first generation, the people who created the front room. Now we're going to get another kind of perspective, a perspective that comes from the people who weren't allowed into the front room. Now, how many of you weren't allowed in the front room? Put your hand up, please. Weren't? How many of you are not allowed in the front room? Still maybe. So we're going to get something, a little story here, some poems and stories from a storyteller called Sandra Agard. Sandra Agard is a well-known writer. We knew each other from as teenagers back in the day, from back in Brixton.
Stingray. Okay. Only us kids. You know, Stingray was my first record. It cost 4 shillings in Wrigley Road Market. I remember it like yesterday. Excuse me, sir. What do you want? You got Stingray? Stingray? What's Stingray? Never heard of Stingray. Joe, we got Stingray. They brought it, and I gave them my 4 shillings, and I brought it back to the front room, the gram. Mummy, can I play Stingray? No. I hope you're not in that front room. I'm in the passage, Mummy. Can I play Stingray? What is Stingray, child? It's Stingray, short tempted, and phones and Aquamarina! Mum let me play it. And we played it, and it was wonderful. The front room. The ashtray. Nobody smoked in our house, but we had an ashtray. Why have you got an ashtray, Mummy? If people come. If people come, nobody ever came who smoked, and they would never smoke in the front room. The trolley with the drinks and the tea. I remember it well. Sandra, I hope you're not in the front room. No, Mummy, no. It's Brenda and Linda, my sisters. They're in the front room. I'm in the passage. We had a tiger, too. And Mum used to tell us some stories about Tiger. Would you like to hear a story about Tiger and Nancy? Mum told us stories. Sometimes it was special. We'd sit in the front room and she'd tell us stories like this one. And Nancy and Tiger were the best of friends. Until they fell out over a pot of blue soup. What do you mean blue soup, Mummy? Don't interrupt, Sandra. Yes, Mummy, yes, Mummy, yes, Mummy. One day, Tiger was making his blue soup when a Nancy came calling and the soup smelled nice, and Nancy said, "Oh, you're making blue soup for us." "No, blue soup for one," said Tiger. "Oh," said Nancy, "I need some blue soup." And his mind began to think how he's going to get some of that blue soup. "Come," he said, "let's go and have a swim. Bring your blue soup and we'll have lunch." But Tiger bring his blue soup, put it down so. And Nancy put his sandwich down so. And they began to swim and swim and swim. Then Nancy would be thinking, said, "How about if we had a race? Who can touch the bottom first?" "Okay," said Tiger. "You know I'm a better swimmer." "Tigers don't like water," interrupted Mummy in the front room. "Sandra, you want to listen to this story or not?" "Sorry, Mummy, sorry, Mummy, sorry." They went swimming, did Tiger and Nancy. Down they dived, but Nancy didn't. And Nancy cast a web that took him on a tree and down to the pot of blue soup where he opened it and had 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, until he had all the drops inside, closed up the pot, and then, "Oh, what am I going to do now?" Quick as a flash, she went to Little Monkey Town and taught the little monkeys a song. I wonder if we can all sing the song together, the way my mother taught me. Today I ate tiger soup. Today I ate tiger soup, and it was nice, and it was nice. Sing along. Today I ate tiger soup. Today I ate tiger soup, and it was nice, and it was nice. How come you eat this soup, Mummy? Don't interrupt the story, Sandra. Tiger came out of the water. Me don't see a Nancy. He must have gone. He opened his pot of blue soup. It was empty. Where my soup gone? And Nancy came back, pretending it had been in the water. "Oh, you win. I win. Where's my soup?" "I don't know. I don't know nothing about your blue soup. I've been in the water. You eat my soup." "I didn't eat your soup. I didn't eat your soup." And then on the wind, she heard a song coming from afar. A song that went, today I ate tiger soup. Today I ate tiger soup, and it was nice, and it was nice. And when Tiger heard it, said, "Where'd that come from?" "Little Monkey Town," said the Nancy, being friendly and helpful. Tiger went and said, "Where you learned that song?" "You eat my soup." "We don't eat your soup. How come you sing the song?" "We like to sing." And before they could say anything else, Tiger began to rip into them. Poor little monkeys got away just in time before he let go one big time. And to Big Monkey Town he went. They went. And the Tiger chased them. And the little monkeys said, "He gone crazy. We don't know what's wrong with him. They ate my soup." "Hold it," said Big Monkey. "How come they eat your soup?" "They don't eat your soup. They're singing a song. I know this song." "Who taught you this song?" "A Nancy." "Well, where is the Nancy?" And up in the tree, Mama said, you could hear somebody singing. Today I ate tiger soup. Today I ate tiger soup, and it was nice. It was nice. And Nancy gone. Tiger vexed, and that's how Tiger and Nancy fell out of the pot of blue soup. I asked Mama, "Is that a true story?" She said, "Of course it's true. Look at my face." And I looked at her face, and because I was in the front room, I knew it had to be true. Give yourselves a clap. Front rooms also had keys. My aunt's house couldn't get into the front room. And one day, myself and my cousins decided we're going to explore. He knew where the front key, the door key was. She had gone out. I said, "Elvis, his name, you sure you should do this? Come, what you scared for?" You chicken or what? No, not chicken. I go in there too. Me go in there. He got the key. We went inside. And, oh, no wonder she never allowed us in here. There was the chair, and we bump up and down on it. And we lie on it, and we roll on the carpet. And you know what he did? Because he thought he was a big man. I wouldn't touch it, because I was a good girl. He held himself to the rum. And then, what do we hear? A click at the door. And my aunt said, "Children, where are you? I hope you're not in the front room." What could we do? We were caught red-handed. The door opened. He put down the bottle. We waited for the door to open, and there she came in with a smile on her face. "What are you doing in here?" We thought we heard a rat. I only see 2 rats, and she actually smiled. "Get out of my front room, and Elvis, give me the key." We never went in that front room again, I can tell you. And that's a true story, because I only ever tell the truth, because I was a good girl. I know for many of you, the front room is probably something that you do not understand, have no concept of. But for your homework, go and find out about the front rooms in your histories, because everyone has a front room.
There, after rise, salvation nice, and the rum is fine every time I'm here for them. Sad to say, I'm on my way. I won't be back for many a day. My heart is out of my head, turning around. I got to leave away from the in town. Song of laughter everywhere while the dancing girls singing to unfold. I must declare my heavy load, although I swing from Maine to Mexico. Lord, I'm sad to say I'm on my way. I won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I've got to leave a little girl who thinks downtown. Sad to say, I'm on my way. I won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I've got to leave a little girl who thinks downtown.
Thank you all very much. I don't think that was enough kind of applause there that we got for the last performance of the West Indian front room here. Sandra, come down, Sandra. We have here Mr. Desmond Clark. We have Sandra Agard. We have Nadine Richardson. We have Barbara Watts. We have Rose Fowler. We have Dosita. And we have Stanford. And Norma Walker. sunshine,
got
the sunshine.
She was today.
No. Into Flora, mate, into Flora. The Sunshine Grannies are a group that perform all over South London. They're available. If people are interested, they can come to your venue or your centre and so on and perform. Mr. Clark as well is a teacher, and he also is available to perform, I believe. And Sandra, well, she's just all over them. All over the country. I'd like to thank the Albany again for having us. Mikey, who did the sound. Tom. Now, do you remember what I said at the beginning about the front room? What did I say? You leave it how you found it. So the door is, I believe, locked. So we clear up, and everybody, please fill in the guest book before you leave. Put your names, contacts, because next year we're going to be building another front room, but the full Monty, 4 rooms over 3 generations at the Jeffrey Museum this time next year. So it would be good to have your contacts to kind of follow up and tell you when it's happening. Thank you again.
Can I just say, can we give Michael a clap? Because this...
Thank you ever so much for the flowers, but these flowers don't represent me alone, it represents the whole of everybody. But because I'm the mother of them all, I will take it home. I haven't got a husband, but I've got flowers.
And this bottle, Mr. Clark, I know you don't drink, but I believe that as the man of authority here, you should be able to christen this bottle for us.
Thank you very much for your answer, but the only person I can christen it is somebody.
You want it from so much?
Don't open it, wait until
We'll
next
open
time. Thank you very much for coming by.
Ja.